Every team has their own wrestler. But this is for wrestlers everywhere. Wrestle hard.
Hey guys, Jeff Zanetti, co-owner of Wrestling Mindset. Doing something a little bit different today on the podcast. We are going to give you guys a sneak peek into our ebook, and I'm going to read through the introduction and part of chapter 1 of Wrestling Mindset's ebook, Transform Your Mind, 10 Lessons That All Champions Know. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Wrestling Mindset ebook, Transform Your Mind, 10 Lessons All Champions Know by Gene Zanetti. The saddest thing in wrestling is to see a practice room wrestler. It hurts to watch. It is worse than losing. You work your tail off, then you buckle under the lights. The pressure gets you and you become a completely different wrestler in a match. Your parents and coaches know that you are capable of so much more. You become mad at those people, mad at the sport, but mostly mad at yourself. I've lived it and overcame it. I've seen it as a mindset coach working with wrestlers and other athletes. The phenomena of a practice room wrestler. It has left such an impression on me. I went to school to learn how to overcome it in myself and in others. It led to 2 master's degrees, clinical and sports psychology. It led me to an undergraduate degree in the number 3 psychology school in the country, the University of Pennsylvania. While there, I was a nationally ranked and all Ivy League wrestler. I can show you how to overcome this once and for all. You will need to put time into it. You must put time into your mental game like you do your physical game. So step to the center of the mat, shake hands, the whistle is about to blow. Imagine driving a high-performance car, say a Lamborghini on a racetrack. You start the car and you begin to drive. You give it more gas. You shift the gears. Your speed climbs. You feel your car moving faster and faster until all of a sudden you hit a plateau. Your speed remains constant, well below the car's known potential. You become frustrated. You get angry. You search for the problem. Your pedal is to the floor. Check. You are in the highest gear. Check. You seem to be doing everything within your power to push the car to its top speed. You look down and you finally notice you are driving with the emergency brake. Many, if not most athletes, have at least another 2 or 3 unused gears inside them. Gears that are very available, but they are not using them. As an athlete, I always hated it when coaches would tell me that I was just about ready to turn the corner. This is frustrating to an athlete who's trying to do everything within his or her power to properly prepare for their sport. The good news is, most athletes are not lacking any ability, they are just blocking it. If you are putting in hours and hours of time into preparation, and you know deep down that you are better than your performance shows, you too are blocking it. There is no corner to turn. You are already there. You just need to learn how to release the emergency brake. There are 4 main jobs of all mindset coaches, sports psychologists, life coaches, personal trainers, etc. Number 1, help the person decide what they want. Number 2, map out a plan to get there. Number 3, get the person to take action. And 4, help the person step out of their own way. In essence, unblock themselves. If you are already doing steps 1 to 3, as most serious wrestlers are, and are not getting the results you deserve, you only need to learn how to unblock yourself. It is simple if you take the proper action and train your brain. You must train your brain similarly to how you train your body. Serious athletes would do almost anything to succeed. This is why many athletes pay for summer camps, gym memberships, and year-round club participation in competition. It is amazing how much free time a high school or college athlete will willingly sacrifice to prepare for success in their sport. It is interesting how most, if not all, of the time spent preparing for success is physical training. There is no answer to the question, what percentage of the sport is mental? But many athletes believe that it is at least 50% mental. But even if sport was only 10% mental, then that is 10% of the sport the athlete is leaving to chance. If athletes are serious about success and they acknowledge that the mental side is a sizable percentage of their sport, then understanding mindset in sports psychology is an absolute must. Many coaches realize the importance of the mental side. They will tell athletes to relax or be confident without any real instruction in how to do so. These well-meaning coaches probably do not quite know how to do it themselves. With a master's degree in sports psychology and as a former nationally ranked all-Ivy League wrestler, I understand the systematic process that must occur for a wrestler to transform themselves. The best part is, any sports psychology lesson can and should be applied to life. The goal is not just to be a champion on the mats, but also in life where it counts the most. Synopsis of what is ahead. This training manual will provide you with the tools to make you go from practice room wrestler to champion in 10 activities. Chapter 1, Know Thyself, will teach you how your mind naturally works and what thoughts work best for you personally. Chapter 2, Pull the Trigger, will completely reframe the way you look at success and failure. Chapter 3 will teach you how to sleep like a baby the night before a competition. Chapter 4 is a close look at how perfectionism kills performance. Chapters 5 through 9 give you the 5 necessary components to compete in the ideal peak performance state, the flow. Chapter 10 is all about improving your mindset throughout your wrestling career. Be sure to read all the lessons and complete all activities. Remember, just reading this without completing all associated activities is like learning wrestling moves only by watching instruction without drilling. Yes, it's that serious. Furthermore, if it seems like you are hearing similar things in each lesson, it is because there is overlap between categories. Your brain does not have exclusive areas for each thought. It is all connected. No topics are mutually exclusive. It is also a good thing that things are repeated, as the lesson may not have sunk in completely the first time. We always say, I know that already. The real question is, how well do I apply this information? That is often a completely different story. Chapter 1, Know Yourself. I may not know you personally, but I do know this. Greatness is already inside you. How do I know that? Have you ever felt you wrestled great? Even once in your entire life? Even in practice? That's how I know greatness lives inside you. If you have done it before, you can do it again. Greatness never happens by mistake. Beginner's luck is a dumb concept. Maybe a beginner doesn't overthink the activity. You don't stumble on a great performance. This is how you perform naturally when you unblock yourself. First, you must know what thoughts help you unblock yourself. The first mindset activity I always give wrestlers is to make 2 lists on 2 different sheets of paper. One paper should be titled Best Performances, and the other paper should be titled Worst Performances. Notice I didn't say wins or losses. Have you ever performed well and lost? Have you ever performed poorly and won? Exactly right. Wins and losses have little to do with performance. I know you've been conditioned by society to believe that this is not true, but more on that later. On each paper, you will list your best or worst performances on the top, then specifically describe what you thought and how you felt before and during these competitions or practices. Once this activity is complete, you will go through each detailed list and find a common theme or themes among your best performances and do the same for your worst performances. What do your best performances have in common? What do your worst performances have in common? When you do this, you will now have a very good idea of what propels you to do better and what holds you back. Create the list below. Thanks for listening, guys. If you want to check out the full ebook, just go onto our website, www.wrestlingmindset.com/store, and scroll down a little bit. One of the first items is the ebook. So it's Transform Your Mind, 10 Lessons That All Champions Know. Thanks again for listening. Make sure to leave us a review on iTunes, and we'll talk to you soon. Make it a great day.